Apple shot. But yeah,
Kind of
DC,
weird, man.
which direction you want to go on this on the next move here?
Uh, I guess we might as well roll into AJ Griffin, man. We go ahead and talk about him.
Okay.
To me, I think it's kind of a sad situation with AJ Griffin because I think he would be a lot higher if he wasn't injury prone. That's the label he kind of has. I was like, what's the big deal with AJ Griffin? I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay, he can shoot. What else can he do? He looked a little lazy on defense and stuff,
You
and
know,
then I
DC,
started looking more
he is a
into him.
Dookie. He is a Duke, and we got a ton of Dookies on the team.
Yeah, we could definitely draft him. But I looked into him, man, and if you go back and you watch some of his high school tape when he had all of his athleticism, I mean, you looking at a guy, man. He could have been a guy that was in the top three. So you really got to think about that. Like, the potential he has could be through the roof. It's a little bit of just like we were talking about with Shaden Sharp. Like this, he presented one thing on tape though, in AJ Griffin, but what he put on tape may not be all that he can do. He was nursing an injury last year. He played coming off the bench because of that, not because he wasn't capable to be a starter because he's nursing an injury. Still didn't have his athleticism back. Was kind of playing through that, and all that dude went out and did was let me pull up his stats here. Tell you what he gave you. All he did, he went out and gave you 10 points, 75% from free throw line, and 1 assist. But he shot 48% from the goddamn 3-point line. 48%. Not only that, he's still 18 years old. He's a freshman, probably one of the youngest guys in the draft. This is him that you're watching without all of his athleticism. I mean, some of his high school tape, he looked way more explosive than this. But as you can see, it doesn't look that bad. You know what I mean? I've looked at his game, and it's not bad, but it's not blowing me away him right now. But the fact that he can hit 3-pointers at 48%, he can play shooting guard, he can play small forward. You know what I mean? His defensive game, from when I looked into him, I think he's a good defender, but due to his injuries, just his athleticism just doesn't seem there. So, that wasn't really shining through. But this dude can get buckets, man. If he can't do nothing else, he can shoot. So he's got that weird stance you see. His legs are way spread apart. I don't never remember seeing a guy do that, but it works for him. He can shoot the damn ball. So, and then you got the aspect of him being a Dookie. We know Zion been back and forth to Duke the whole time. B.I. showed up over there. We don't know, man. Maybe this is a guy, like, they might have whispered in management's ear, like, hey, man, look, we need to get AJ Griffin. They seeing stuff behind the scenes. They know what he's capable of. And, he's in a situation where you might not have to rush him out there too fast, because if he can be what he was, live up to his potential, I mean, you talking about somebody special, man. This guy can be. His comp is Jaylen Brown. You know what I mean? T.J. Warren, Jimmy Butler with a 3-point shot. This is comparisons they have of this dude. So, would definitely love to see him reach that. But if he doesn't, at the very least, we got a guy that can hit 3-pointers. So, is that worth picking at the 8 pick? Not sure. Like him, not really sold. But again, I think we're in a very good place in this draft, because if we did draft an AJ Griffin 8, it's not like I would be throwing my remote at the TV. But I wouldn't be super excited either.
A lot of what we see from AJ, man, is very intriguing play, man.
Hurt his knee and his ankle, bro. I mean, the brother been going through it injury-wise, man.
Yeah, I know, and it's up to, at some point, you would look at a guy like him to say, okay, finally he done made it through, and without the injuries, like you said, he's a top player in this draft. So the Pelicans might feel like he might be a person, but there is some interest if you see people saying, hey, man, AJ Griffin could be a guy to help the Pels out. I mean, with his shooting, and he had good size and whatnot.
The thing, Q, I didn't see him playing great off ball. He seemed to be a guy that could, you could just dump him the ball and, he could get a bucket. catch and shoot, obviously, but just like, running through screens and cutting and getting. I didn't see him being great at that. That's an area he would definitely have to improve on and excel with us.
His shooting ability, man, and that his percentage.
One of the best shooters in.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
Some people might say the best based on his production.
Yeah, and like I said,
on what, 5 attempts a game, and he was shooting 48%.
And that's what they're saying. A lot of people saying that the Dookie connection and the 3-point shooting ability, the size, and this could be something to watch out for. But you're right, the injuries, you can't not overlook that. You got to pay attention to that, especially when you're looking at the 8th position.
That boy, 6'6", 222 pounds, man. He a big boy, man.
Yeah, solid. Very solid player.
Yeah.
All right, DC.
Perfect.